Beginnings of the most captivating news from across Liberia and other parts of our one world. Today is Monday, the 27th day of November 2023. My name is Zokwe Beslekonen, your presenter. In the headlines, President George Weah leaves Liberia today ahead of COP28 in Dubai, the United Arab Emirates. Police charge and sent to court Lawrence Williams on allegation of murder. Streets of Sierra Leone's capital, Freetown, still deserted despite government lifting a nationwide curfew imposed on Sunday. Away from home, jihadist group releases a German priest kidnapped in Mali. These stories, plus many more developments, are all packaged into this edition of the program ELBC Newsline. We now bring you the news bulletin. President George Weah is heading for Dubai, United Arab Emirates, later today to attend the 28th Conference of Parties COP28. COP28 runs from November 30th to December 12th. An executive mansion release says President Weah will join other world leaders to deliberate on critical issues on climate change, especially its global effects. The Liberian leader is expected to showcase Liberia's position and call on world leaders, environmental institutions, civil society organizations, and industries to formulate mechanisms to achieve zero carbon future for all. President Weah will also push for clean energy, climate solutions, reduce carbon emission, and support for frontline countries on climate change, including Liberia. The Liberia National Police has charged and forwarded to court Lawrence K. Williams on allegation of alleged murder. Defendant Williams, according to police investigation, intentionally and unremorsefully drove an unmarked vehicle with headlights off into a crowd of jubilant Unity partisans at their headquarters on Broad Street. Our reporter quotes the police records as saying defendant Lawrence could not convince the police that he experienced a malfunction of his automatic gear because he drove from the scene and abandoned the vehicle Randall and Broad Street's intersection. The police said their investigation concluded that defendant Lawrence must have received monetary benefit from an unidentified source to carry out the act, but he has selected not to disclose. At least 3 people were killed and several others injured in what the incident, which the police have since described as intentional and a total disregard to human lives. Meanwhile, defendant Lawrence K. Williams has been sent to the Monrovia Central Prison pending court trial. Sierra Leone has lifted an indefinite nationwide curfew imposed on Sunday after armed men attacked a military barracks and prisons in Freetown. A new night curfew will begin from 9 to 6 a.m. local time every day until further notice. President Julius Maada Bio addressed the nation, saying most of the leaders of Sunday's unrest had been arrested and will be held accountable. Calm has been restored, he added. Mr. Bio described the events as an attack on democracy, but did not name the perpetrators or speak of an attempted coup. Earlier on Sunday, the government and renegade soldiers were to blame and that they had tried to break into the armory at the barracks. The assailants are said to have freed some prison inmates and abducted others. President Bio was re-elected in June, but in August, some military officers were arrested accused of plotting a coup against him. However, correspondents say the streets of the capital, Freetown, are still mostly empty despite the government lifting a nationwide curfew following an attack on a military barracks. Liberia Crusaders for Peace Executive Director Julie Indy has clarified that being culture ambassador is only a title and not an appointed job from the government. Ambassador Indy, assuming the title over 25 years ago, says she has never received any budgetary allocation from the government of Liberia as being perceived in some quarters. Speaking on ELBC Radio Monday, Ambassador Indy described herself as a true nationalist who will always go the extra mile to work in the best interest of the country.
Is it a position or a title of honor? I don't have a budget. There is no office of culture ambassador in Liberia. I'm a nationalist. No.
According to Madam Indy, her organization, the Crusaders for Peace, runs effectively from funding from partners based on projects. Montserrado County District 4 Representative-elect Michael Thomas is calling for post-election unity and reconciliation in the district. Anthony Thomas disclosed the creation of a chat room to encourage participatory leadership for the development of the district. He also decried lack of development programs in District 4, the largest in Montserrado County over the years. The District 4 representative-elect named education, security, electricity, and water as key pillars of his development agenda. Anthony Thomas spoke Sunday at the Christ Embassy Church in Dupodru, where he had gone to give thanks to God and the people for his preferment. Police in Nimba County are investigating 3 persons for allegedly killing a 25-year-old woman, Alice Cooper. They are suspects Levi Yancey, Lawrence Bondo, and Samson Dolo. According to our correspondent, the victim had relationship with suspect Levi Yancey. Our correspondent said prior to the incident, the woman told suspect Yancey to pay a visit to her ailing mother in the next town. Though the cause of her death is yet unknown, eyewitnesses told our correspondent that she was seen in a pool of blood after placing a call to suspect Yancey. Meanwhile, the 3 suspects have denied the allegation of killing the 25-year-old woman. And concerned health workers of Gbapulu County have threatened a go-slow in demand of benefits. They told our correspondent the county health authorities have reportedly failed to fulfill a promise made to health workers during the last county sitting in June of this year. Liberia's chief medical officer, Dr. Francis Katie, has appealed to the health workers to abandon their go-slow action. Dr. Katie cautioned health workers in Gbapulu to do away with the planned protest and called on the county authorities to intervene by providing incentives to the health workers. Let's now bring you our first development. Government and partners over the weekend launched this year's 16 Days of Activism Against Gender-Based Violence in Painesville. The 16 Days of Activism is being celebrated under the local theme, Empower Women, Secure Our Nation. We have a report by Joetta Kula. The day is also being celebrated with the global theme, Prevent